मुझे मैसेज कर दी।
Greeting of the day. I am Dr. Ankur Vaid, Assistant Professor in Faculty of Pharmacy, UPMS Safi Itawa. Scheme in higher education. Dr. Neeraj Upanyu sir is presently working as a professor and pro vice chancellor in Sage University Bhopal. Sir has also worked as registrar in Naipar Hajipur. Sir has done master and PhD from Dr. H.S. Gaur University Sagar. He has vast experience in the field of teaching and research. He has published more than 95 research papers in reputed international and national journals and 7 books. Sir has guided 8 PhD students and 30 M.Pharm students. Dr. Ubmanyu has received Best Principal Award MP State by National Forum for Pharmacy Students NFS in 2018. So friends, after a brief introduction of today's speaker, let's start a lecture entitled Scholarship and Scheme in Higher Education. Please sir, Dr. Neeraj Manu sir.
Thank you, Ankur sir. First of all, my greetings on my behalf and on behalf of Sage University Bhopal. I would like to thank organizer Ankur Vaidya sir, Sandeep Arya sir, and all other faculty members and staff members of Pharmacy College as well as Medical College, because this online faculty development program you are organizing, and this is my honor and privilege to be part of this faculty development program and sharing my thoughts and views in this program. So I start my presentation. Basically, I am not trying to, deliver a lecture to you or doing something new and innovative. I am just sensitizing each and everyone because we are busy with our scheduled work and all. So basically, I am focusing on what are the different scholarships and schemes which are available in higher education, so that whenever our student interact with us or our research scholars interacting with us, so we are trying to sensitize them that what are the schemes which are available. So the learning outcome of this talk will be, at the end of this virtual talk, we are going to conclude in on 4 points. One is importance of research in higher education. Second one is to know the correlation of research and funding. Third one is identifying funding schemes and agency. And fourth one, we are also focusing on incubation funding resources. So this will be the learning outcome of this particular 30 or 35 minutes interaction with all of you. And now start my presentation with, as you all are respected teachers. So always it is a, William Butler Yeats always says teaching is not filling up a pail, it is just lighting a fire. So it is not very easy to deliver the teaching and to ignite somebody, to sensitize somebody that you kindly do this thing, or teaching is just like sort of we can say it is just an igniting the things into the students, to your society, to your vicinity, that with your skills you are trying to motivate a lot of people. So if you talk in perspective of nowadays, role of teacher is not to guide. Previously we were thinking that a teacher is coming and they are just delivering the lecture. Now their role has changed. Now their role has changed as a mentor. So it is not what teachers teaches, it is what learner learn. So now the role of a teacher has become learner centering approach. I must tell you here and mention here that the image of Dronacharya taught Eklavya. So the image of a teacher is very important. If you talk and progress where we were in the teaching and where we were previously following the Gurukul system. Now we have moved into the digitalization of education. The teaching methodology has also changed. If we talk about teaching and we talk about the quality, so quality has 4 5 parameters, which is basically there are three bases. One is ethics, one is practice, and one is science. And this has been there with in perspective of context, structure, process, outcome, and impact. If you talk about ethics, that is based for attitude and values. If you talk about practice, that is based for experience. And if you talk about science, this is base of knowledge. So components of competency to be addressed in education is very important, and that is made of these all pillars. As in the later part, I will talk with you about the research and funding agencies. So first we have to understand a little bit about higher education. So if you really talk about higher education imparts in-depth knowledge and understanding so as to advance the students to a new frontier of knowledge in different walks of life. So if you really see the closely the higher education, it is working, knowing more and more about less and less. It is very important. And there was a one great person, Ronald Bernard. He provided four predominant concepts of higher education. One is higher education as the production of qualified human resources, higher education as a training for a research career, higher education as the efficiency management of teaching provision, and higher education as a matter of extending life chances. So before coming into the research, you have to conceptualize this higher education. One more important thing when you proceed in higher education, right now we are existing in the VUCA world. VUCA means V stand for volatility, U stands for uncertainty, C stands for complexity, and A stands for ambiguity. And to cope up with this VUCA world, you have to, adopt the quality of VUCA. So you can cope up volatility with your vision, uncertainty with your understanding, complexity with your clarity, and ambiguity with its adaptability and agility. So this is the important thing when you proceed with this higher education and you are trying to cope up with this VUCA world. I must tell you here one picture I would like to depict here. Opportunity is just like a biscuit dipped in the tea. A little delay and it's gone. So whenever you are thinking about higher education, whenever you are thinking about research, you have to make out of box thinking, which is very important. So this is very important from the perspective. And if you really see the research perspective, when we are talking about national education policy, now we are going towards a more holistic and multidisciplinary education. As you can see in this picture, a buffet system has been served and the person has a choice what they want to choose. So this coming concept which is coming is MERU, that is multidisciplinary education, and research university will be set up. This is what the national education policy is telling to us. And if we see the key changes in the current system, internationalization of education, we are talking about the Vishwaguru of India. So going internationalization, 100 top Indian universities to operate in foreign countries, 100 top foreign universities to operate in India. And the third important component of this will be facilitation of research, teaching collaborations, and faculty student exchange with high quality foreign institution. So if you really talking about the internationalization of education, we have to facilitate this research. One more thing, when we are talking about in perspective of national education policy, definitely there will be a term that is called research foundation. So they are also talking about the fund competition, peer reviewed grant proposals, seed grow, and facilitate research at academic institutions, particularly at university and college level, where the research is a nascent stage. So their focus is on research basically. And research scholars are constantly made aware of the most urgent national research issues, and that will recognize outstanding research in progress. So in the context of national education policy, we are talking about National Research Foundation. So their basically motto is catalyzing quality academic research in all fields. If you really talk about why we are focusing on research, if you really go into the accreditation, one of the accreditation example I have taken NAC. So the maximum marks we are obtaining through research, innovation, and extension, that is 250 at the university level. If you talk about world university ranking, they also have the criteria of research apart from other criteria. So that's why we generally talk about research, fundings, and all. Now we move forward to our main prime objective of topic, that is of level of funding. So there are 3-4 levels of funding: at the level of research scholars, at the level of postdoctoral research funds, at the level of faculties, and at the level of institutes. If you are talking about the funding agency, that can be segregated into two parts. One is national bodies and one is international bodies. National bodies, if you are talking about, that may be from the government resources and that may be from the non-government resources. If you are particularly talking about government resources, that may be state government or that may be central government. If you're talking about non-government sources, that can be private trust, that can be industrial source, and that can be an NGO, public body, or venture capitalist. If you are talking about international bodies, that may be federal, that may be private, that may be non-government, and that may be within university. If you really talk about this fellowship of research, so one by one I take some fellowships. Like you can see in this slide, there are several funding agencies like UGC, DST, CSIR, ICMR, DBT, USIF, Wellcome Trust, NIH, UGC, and DST sub. So they are providing different fundings in different heads. Like UGC is providing institutional PhD fellowships, DST has Inspire Fellowship, CSIR, ICMR, and SRF fellowships for their students, DBT, JRF, BET Fellowship, Fulbright Fellowship, Wellcome Grant Fellowship, Single Child Fellowship by UGC, and Prime Minister Fellowship. These are some of the links I've been provided in this particular slide. If you talk about more about this fellowship and exchange programs, one is very important fellowship that I will talk you in detail in next slides. One is that is called CEFIPRA, that is Raman Charpak Fellowship, that is collaboration between France and India. Another fellowship is of GRD Tata Trust Fellowship, SN Bose Scholarship Student Exchange Program, University of Queensland Postgraduate Course Work Fellowship, British Council Great Scholarship for Indian Students, DST and DAD Indo-German Joint Research Collaboration Fellowship, Newton Bhabha PhD Placement Program, that is between India and UK, Commonwealth Split Site Scholarship Fellowship, New Zealand Commonwealth Scholarship Fellowship, India Korean Joint Program of Cooperation in Science and Technology, Indian Czech Bilateral Scientific and Technology Cooperation, and Indo-Swedish Joint Network Grant. So these are some of the fellowships through which we can, if you really want a 6-month study or 1-year study, we can use these exchange programs to pursue our student research work. Some of the fellowships are for the teachers also. One of the important fellowship which has been going on for the last few years, that is Raman Charpak Fellowship, and that is also known as CEFIPRA Fellowship, and that is between French government and Indian government. Basically, the target group is Indian and French PhD research scholar and master students, and the duration of this fellowship is 2 to 6 months. And basically, there are different area. One of the area where we are concerning and focusing today here is life and medical sciences. So that is available for life sciences students as well as medical sciences students. So as a teacher, you can sensitize your student about this Raman Charpak Fellowship. Another fellowship we were talking about, that is DAD Fellowship, which is also one of the renowned fellowship across the world, and that is Deutscher Akademischer Austauschdienst, that is German Academic Exchange Services, which is very important fellowship. And there are some important fellowship as far as this Commonwealth Fellowship is concerned. So this Commonwealth Fellowship has different categories like Commonwealth PhD Scholarship, Commonwealth Split Site Scholarship, Commonwealth Master Scholarships, Commonwealth Distance Learning Scholarship, Commonwealth PhD Scholarship, Commonwealth Medical Fellowship, and Commonwealth Professional Fellowships. As a medical teacher, you can sensitize a student about this Commonwealth Medical Fellowship. And all Commonwealth fellowship which are funded by Foreign Commonwealth Development Office are under 6 development themes. There are different themes. Some of the important themes, they are focusing on science and technology for development. And our concern is more about strengthening health system and capacity. So when the students are basically focusing on some important health systems, on their capacity enhancement, you can sensitize your students for that. As far as this travel, some of the fellowships are for travel grants. If your students or as a teacher, you have done some significant research and you want to present your paper, so there are different travel grants which are available. And these are some of the funding agencies which are providing this travel grant. Like DST is providing international travel grant scheme, SERB is providing international travel grant, DBT is providing travel support for attending international conference, CSIR is providing travel grant, ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, they are providing international travel grant. And there are 2 categories, and one specific category is for medical sciences students and medical sciences people. So whenever you want, as a medical fraternity, if you want to really avail this travel grant, first and foremost, prime search will be on ICMR travel grant. Another one is Center for International Cooperation in Science, and Ratan Tata Trust is also providing some travel grant fellowships. So these are some of the travel grants which has been provided by different funding agencies. One very important fundings which has been provided by Department of Biotechnology, I would like to share here. Now, one of the rich significant agency which is providing funds, that is called DBT, Department of Biotechnology. Whenever we are talking about DBT, so we focus, okay, it is focusing on biotechnology only. But my dear colleagues, that is not the truth. If a medical colleague is also want to avail some of the fellowships, DBT is providing that. So they're basically they have opened one scheme that is called CTP scheme, Conference, Travel, Exhibition and Popular Lectures. So this is one of the grants which they are providing. Their motto is basically to popularize biotechnology activities, but apart from that, they are also providing the medical sciences activities. So if you really want to have assistance, financial assistance in terms of conferences, seminar, symposium or workshops or travel support, they are providing. And their system is very robust and they are providing online. So they have introduced a web portal that is called Online Submission Monitoring System, OSMOSS. So that is a single window for submission, processing and settlement of your grant. That would not easily be the assistant process, but also provide time deliverable. So you can avail these type of grants from this single window. So this is CTP guidelines for conferences, financial assistance for holding national and international conference, seminars, symposium, workshops, for travel support, for attending international conference, seminar, symposium, exhibition, organizing DBT stall in exhibition, and popular lectures, financial assistance for organizing popular lectures, not only on biotechnology, but medical sciences, they are also promoting. Some of the students who really want to pursue postdoctoral fellowships. So there are some postdoctoral fellowships are also available, like CSIR, DBT, UGC, SIR, BIRAC, and MHRD. They are providing postdoctoral fellowships. And as far as some of the fellowships for postdoctoral, so this is the detail, like DST is providing Swar Jayanti Fellowship, JC Bose National Fellowship, Ramanna Fellowship, and Base Fellowship. DBT is providing Indo-US Career Transition Award. DBT is also providing Tata Innovation Fellowship, Ramalingam Swami Fellowship. Royal Society UK is also providing Liver Halme Research Fellowship. There is very one important collaboration between DBT and Wellcome Trust, and they are providing Wellcome Trust DBT India. I will show you later on of this presentation that how you can assess this Wellcome Fellowship. So this is DBT Wellcome Trust Fellowship, and they are providing in different area in research and development. Like they are providing in medical biotechnology, they are providing in knowledge generation, discovery, research and new tools. So they are also providing our concern, like they are providing biomedical engineering, medical devices, vaccine R&D and drug development, stem cell and regenerative medicines, infectious disease biology, human genomic and oncology, computational biology, and chronic disease and nutrition. So you can check out on this website, and you can really avail if you, as a medical fraternity person, as a medical students or as a medical teacher, if you really want to sensitize your student, definitely this is one of the key perspective. Apart from ICMR, you can go for this DBT fellowships, and the area which you are focusing on, whether it is vaccine R&D, whether it is stem cell research, or whether it is regenerative medicine, whether you are focusing on infectious disease biology. So it depends on your domain on which you are trying to focus. And as far as these fellowships are concerned, so overview, they are providing in 3 domains. One is earlier career scheme, one is intermediate scheme, and one is senior scheme. And eligibility criteria, if you are in the early career, 1 to 4 year, and intermediate is 4 to 7 year post PhD, and senior 7 to 15 post PhD. So this is the criteria where they are focusing. And in these schemes, early career, intermediate, senior, they have different funding provisions, and some of the heads where they are providing the contingency and travel grants and support staff, and intermediate, senior, they basically providing, and the earlier career, they are not providing as much as facility, but they are supporting that. As far as some of the young investigator grants, as we have entered and we have some innovative idea. So for young investigators also, there are some funding agency they are providing funds, like DST is providing fast track schemes for young scientists, better opportunity for young scientists in chosen area of science and technology. There is BICOS scheme. DBT has rapid grant for young investigator scheme, and innovative young biotechnologist award, and BARC is also providing DAE research award for young scientists. So this is some of the schemes which are available. DST is also providing women scientist A, women scientist B fellowships. DBT is also providing DBT research biotechnology based program for women, and University Grants Commission is also providing UGC postdoctoral fellowship for women. DST is providing one of the very prime fellowship that is called Inspire Faculty Scheme. They are giving that scheme. DBT has Indo-US Career Transitional Award, and Wellcome Trust, I mentioned you, this is one of the prime fellowship which you can focus on. Some for faculty positions, if you are a regular faculty, some of the funding agency are providing, like Ramanujam Fellowship, Ramalingam Swami Fellowship. You can apply for this fellowship apart from your teaching job. So as far as this research funding Indian grants, DST, DBT, CSIR, ICMR, LSRB, and SERB, they are providing on different, like if you are working on nanosciences, the service providing funds on mission on nanoscience and technology and cognitive science research initiatives. ICMR is providing funds and different category. I will show you what are the different category which are available, because our focus is on basically on medical science stream. Some of the agencies apart from this BARC, DRDO is also providing, like if you are focusing on neurodegenerative disorders, this DRDO provides funds on that. And Ministry of Ayush is also providing funds scheme for extramural research in Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, Soga Rigpa, and Homeopathy. If you are having mind of interdisciplinary research, you can collaborate with them also. There are some international agencies like Bath Syndrome Foundation, UNICEF, Human Frontier Science Program, Human Frontier, Bill Melinda Gates Foundation, Ford Foundation, National Institute of Health, NIH grant. So these are some of the grants which are available as international grants. So as per your research domain, as per your hypothesis or the area which you are trying to focus, these are some of the international grants which are available. One of the very important organization nowadays, they are providing fund and especially fostering biomedical and healthcare talent. This is an international fellowship which is provided by Trilect. So if you will see the website of this Trilect, you will definitely find, I will show you some of the key prospect of this Trilect. So this is the eligibility criteria. Who can apply? You can apply for an international master fellowship. You are a national of a low or middle income country, and India is one of them. And you must hold a clinical or non-clinical undergraduate degree in a relevant subject, and your research proposal should be within your science remit and focus on health priority. So this basically they are providing that. And as far as this research funding of Indian foreign grants is concerned, DST, Ukrainian DST, sir, they are providing also these funds. Indo foreign grants, one of the grant which is available is Japan Science and Technology Agency, GST. So not only in science and technology, but they are providing on bioresources. If you have some good plan, so they can provide funds on that. Apart from that, this UKRI, BCA, Fulbright Fellowship, they are providing. And as far as our concern is on basically some international collaboration like US India Educational Foundation, James McDonald Foundation, Lady Tata Memorial Foundation. They are also providing funds, especially in terms of Teaching Excellent Achievement Program, Fulbright Nehru Fellowship Program, and they are providing funds. And for if you really want to organize some seminar or conferences, some of the body are also providing funds, especially DBT, DST, ICMR, CSIR, INSA, UGC, BAR. Right now, ICMR is not restricted their fund for this seminar conferences, but apart from that, this several other bodies they are providing fund. As far as this incubator heads is concerned, because there are some incubation grants which are also available, like something you have in your mind as an incubation. So there are some bodies or agencies which are promoting your incubation ideas, like BIRAC. They are providing some fellowships or schemes, funds on that, like Bio Incubator Support Scheme, BISS, strengthening and establishing new bio incubators, Contract Research and Services Scheme, CRS, Biotechnology Industry Partnership Program, that is BIPP, BioNest Program, SEED Program, that is Sustainable Enterprises and Entrepreneurship Development, and LEAP Program, that is Launching Entrepreneurship Driven Affordable Product Fund for Startup Funds. DST is also providing fund on nanoscience and technology development and board seat support, and NSTEDB. So they are providing funds on this incubators. Some of the funds are also provided through Niti Aayog, and some private partnerships also providing funds, like Majumdar Shaw International Postdoctoral Oncology Fellowship Program. As far as this BIRAC is concerned, so our apart from several area, we can definitely focus on this biomedical device and diagnostic, industrial biotechnology and agriculture, drug delivery, and other programs. So if you have some idea about bioincubation, so you can go for this BioNest program. They are providing handsome amount, like you can see in this slide, 50 lakhs of initial research, and that's for 18 months only. So fostering the generation of ideas and commercialization, definitely they are providing big funds in biotechnology ignition grant. Some other fellowships are also available, which is there, but I will skip these fellowships. So I will move forward through this ICMR. As a medicine person, as a medical sciences fraternity, basically our one of the key and prime area is focus research on medicine apart from our practice. So first and foremost thing, when we talk about research, when we thought about research, whenever it is in our thought process, first site which we go in ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Research. When you see and visit this ICMR website, there is one tab that is called grants. So there are when you click in grants, I will show you in hands-on also. When you click in this grants, you can see the fellowships, extramural ad hoc product, adjunct faculty scheme. So there are postdoctoral research, ICMR Emirate Scientist Fellowship, medical innovation, clinical training and research workshops. So they are providing funds for several schemes. So in grant tab, you can search one by one. I will show you through this live on. If you really, go for that ICMR website, www.icmr.nic.in. So if you really see and go for these grants, you can see it extramural. If you click extramural ad hoc, you will get the guidelines from here. Just I click that. So you can make your own register and guidelines. You can click on this PDF and you can search it. Likewise, if you want to see for adjunct faculty scheme, you can check it out, this adjunct faculty scheme. This is about the scheme. If you click this about the scheme, you can get it about the scheme. So you will get the PDF, and if you really fit on this about the scheme, definitely you can go here. Just opening it, it is taking some time to open this adjunct faculty scheme. So if you are fit into that, you can apply for this adjunct faculty scheme. This is the adjunct faculty scheme which is there. So this is the objective and this is the monetary advantage they are providing. So this is how this is they are providing for this. Just a minute. And so there are several fellowships. You can check out with this fellowship. So this is what, as I was talking to Trilec fellowship, this is one of the fellowships which you can you can see in that. So if you go into the left side, you can see here, this is for medical students and medical staff. Online training fellowships are available, online mentorships are available, and on-site training fellowships are available. So these are the type of the traineeship which is available on this particular Trilec. So I request all of you, you can go for this fellowships, grant, mentorship, you can see on that. So this is how. And as far as this DBT, I just show you this DBT website also. So in this DBT, I was talking about DBT Wellcome Trust Fellowship. So you can see here, you can click one by one. If you are interested in disease biology, these are the areas which is given. If you are interested in computational biology, these are the areas which has been given. If you are interested in infectious disease biology, these are the area which is given. If you are going for medical interventions, stem cell regenerative medicines, these are the areas and details which has been given. So definitely you can go on to that and you can deliver it out. So this is constant efforts of you. So what my message is, continuing doing the same but waiting the different results, it is very hard. If you can see in this picture, if with this particular track, if you want to run the metro, it is not possible. So definitely you have to think out of box and you have to focus on research if you really flourish your research apart from your practice profession. So which is very important. There is one very important proverb, तो मैं उसके बारे में बोलता हूँ. If you don't like the crop you are reaping, check the seed you are sowing. तो रिसर्च तभी आएगा, रिसर्च की फंडिंग तभी आएगी जब उसके बारे में हम सोचना शुरू करेंगे एंड वी विल मेक इट कॉन्सेप्चुअलाइज. एक बड़ी अच्छी कोटेशन है, देह धरे का दंड है सब काहू को होए, ज्ञानी भुगते ज्ञान से मूर्ख भुगते रोए, कबीरा मैं तो तब डरूं जो मोहि काहे को होए, मोच बुढ़ापा आपदा सब काहे को होए, बंदा क्यों करनी करे क्यों पाछे पछताए, बोए पेड़ बबूल के तो आम कहाँ से होए. तो अगर हमको रिसर्च की फंडिंग को ऑब्टेन करना है, रिसर्च के बारे में सोचना है, तो आज से हमको छोटा छोटा सीड बोना पड़ेगा, तभी हमको मिल पाएगा. एज यू ऑल आर इन द नोबल प्रोफेशन, तो मैं एक ही चीज कहूंगा एंड आई विल कंक्लूड माय रिमार्क्स. अन्नम दानम परम दानम विद्या दानम अतः परम, अन्येन क्षणिका तृप्तिम यावज्जे विद्या. प्रोवाइडिंग food to poor and needy person is the best charitable deed, but making people learn by teaching them is the supreme form of charity. Food gives momentary satisfaction, but the knowledge will empower them to lead a satisfactory life. So we are very lucky, and that there are two aspects. One, we are in the medical profession. Another one is we are serving the society as a teacher. So अन्नदान से भी बड़ा दान है विद्या का दान. So thank you so much, and I place on record, and I would like to thank my sincere thanks to Ankur Vaidya, Dr. Ankur Vaidya sir, who has provided me this opportunity and platform to discuss with all of you and share some of the glimpse of that what are the research funding agencies which are available, what are the research fellowships or the fellowships which are available, if your students or you are thinking or you are in the thought process of going for this fellowship, your students are pursuing MD or your students are pursuing research, they want to have obtain some scholarship, or if you have an intention or you have an idea that I want to do seminar, I want to do workshop on that, so you can apply on this funding agency. And definitely, if you really want your concept onto an international level, so you can apply on this international funding agencies also, as per your hypothesis, as per your specialization, as per your area allow you. So this is the concept behind this talk, very brief talk. So this is from my side. Thank you once again, all the organizers, and I would like to congratulate uh, the Uttar Pradesh University of Medical Sciences, Saifai Etawah, for organizing such a beautiful online faculty development program for all the faculty members, because these are the tools which COVID-19 pandemic has tell us, and from our places we can share and we can exchange our thoughts. So this is all from my side. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Neeraj sir, very, very thank you. And it was very glad to listen you. And definitely your lecture will motivate us, sir, है ना, to perform some research. And by means of your presentation, we can know uh, how many types of funding agency are available, not only nation but international also, sir. So we have a chance to apply on this funding agency to get funds. And really it was a very good session, and by means of a session we can decide how to apply in the funding agency and what are their resources, how what is their terms and conditions. It was really good, sir, and thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, and I hope I have made it in a stipulated time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.